Good morning, this is Charlie. I'm Charlie Ducote, tie with the Dallas Fly Fishers, and I'm going to tie a little crawfish pattern this morning that I use to catch smallmouth bass on Texoma Lake in North Texas. This is a pattern I have worked on for a couple of years. We have a lot of debris in the water on Texoma, so I rigged it so that it would swim with the hook point up. So we put a little lead weight on the bottom of the hook and then advance our thread forward, and then we're going to build a crawfish from here. This little fly also works on largemouth bass, catfish so far. In fact, the catfish seem to like it more than the smallmouth bass do. We're going to add some antenna. I use a little round rubber strip over here, and the nice part about the round rubber is even when the fly is not moving in the water, the antenna are constantly moving with the waves and with the movement in the water itself, tide, current, whatever you want to call it. So we got the antenna in. Now we're going to start building the fly. We got to give crawfish have a mustache. This is just some synthetic material that I purchased off the internet, but it's got a nice bright red color to it, and makes the mustache stand out, and it will also give some extra movement to the fly when it's standing still. Then we're going to put, next step is we're going to add the carapace or the cover. You can use virtually anything that you want for this. I'm using some Swiss straw right here, mainly because it adds a little bit of flash to the fly, and gives good definition to the carapace when we put it on. I kind of hook it up there and get it out of the way. We're going to put some eyes on here. This is something new that I've added to it. These are the bristles from a hairbrush, but they have a nice little round knob on the end of it, and once we strap them in, kind of look pretty realistic. Give the fly a little bit more of a realistic look with those big old bulgy eyes sticking out. Strap that down. I will sometimes add a little bit of super glue here just to help it hold its spot on the hook. Then we're going to add some body and some bulk to the fly. Now this is a spot where you have the opportunity to use chenille. I'm using dubbing, but you could take and put chenille in here if you're if you're rushed to make a fly kind of quickly. The chenille goes a little bit faster, and still will give the body some shape and definition. Now on the bottom, we're going to add, go to the bottom of the fly, and we're going to add a little piece of copper wire. This is some red copper wire I have. We'll show you. You'll see what it does, but this will make the fly durable enough to catch more than one fish before the fish start tearing it up. Then we're going to get some rubber legs. Got to give it some legs. I use these silly legs that they're red with black dots on them. In the water, they look very realistic. We're going to loop this around. And one of the things that we do here is we tie over them so that they'll stay pointed in a forward direction. Crawfish swim backwards, so the legs are always facing to the front. Then we're going to take and we're going to give it some crawfish feelers. And these new Zonka strips are really, really pretty. And we're going to take a Zonka strip. I use squirrel. These are rabbit, but they both give good movement. One of the things I did find out in the early process, excuse me, is not to tie these real long, because what they'll do is they get tangled up, and they get tangled together when they get out in front of, if you make them too far, if they get out in front of the bait. This way, if you tie him kind of short and cut him kind of short like this, he looks like he's in a defensive posture, and the legs are sitting, the feelers are sitting out and ready to pounce and attack. Okay, now we're going to take the body and bring it over the top, anchor it down, and now we're going to finish off with some dubbing for the tasty tail. All right, now we're going to bring the cover all the way over the back. And here's where the wire comes in. We take the wire and we're going to wrap it around the body and segment the body. And yet this gives durability to the fly. It's not going to tear apart after a few fish. It's going to have a lovely segmented body, and it will also be durable. The copper wire also helps to add a little extra flash to act as an attractant to the fish, help them locate on it and find it. Now we're going to finish it off. I like to leave a little bit of a fan back here, a flipper for the tail. Clip off, and we have one of Charlie's Cajun crawfish.